New royal home, Princess Leonor and Christian's secret palace revealed. A grand palace. A royal couple's new residence. Suddenly, a secret revealed. Not a public chateau, something hidden, and far more intimate than you expect. They called it a whisper among court circles, a hidden property, quietly acquired, unnamed, unseen. Today, that secret palace is revealed as the new home of Princess Leonor and Christian. But this is not some idle rumor. It is a statement, a turning point, a royal retreat that embodies ambition, love, and a future quietly under construction. Before we walk through its gates, I'll tell you what insiders uncovered first. The palace is smaller than expected, yet suffused with warmth. It has old-world corners, but with modern upgrades. It is both sanctuary and stage. And its very walls speak of a new royal era. Where is this place? In the rolling hills just outside Madrid, in a valley framed by cypress and olive groves. Far enough for privacy, close enough for palace access. The estate spans several hectares, gardens, courtyards, a courtyard chapel, but the main residence is deceptively modest in scale. It was once a noble retreat from centuries ago, restored in whispers, purchased under obscure titles, renovated under discreet hands. The moment Leonor and Christian decided to marry, plans were quietly laid. The property was scoped, legal documents reissued, facades preserved. They wanted a home that felt theirs, not inherited. They wanted roots, not just a crown-shaped address. For months, workers shuttled materials in under-darkened trucks, craftspeople repaired frescoes and installed modern HVAC systems behind preserved medieval walls. When the couple first stepped inside, they walked room to room in silence. They measured light in the morning, tested which windows would frame sunsets, debated where to place family portraits. They whispered over floor plans late into the night. The palace, designed for display, became theirs in small choices: where to plant a jasmine vine, what color to paint a reading alcove, which portrait to place above the fireplace. One courtyard, overlooked by honey-colored stone walls, became Christian's favorite: intimate, enclosed, shaded by a lemon tree with white blossoms. Leonor loved the chapel wing: high arches, stained glass, quiet corners for meditation and prayer. They promised, "Here, we will breathe together. Here, we will live honestly." The palace's secret wasn't just that it existed, it's how it adapts. Behind its Baroque exterior, you'll find solar panels cleverly hidden, energy-efficient systems, discreet security that doesn't scream fortress. A princess who pauses the aisle walk, now chooses a home that balances tradition and innovation. This convergence was intentional. Neighbors, when finally told, were startled. Some recognized the stones from an old estate once owned by a minor noble family. Others knew the land by local name but not the building's interior. Gardeners and caretakers had served quietly. A few local historians whispered of underground tunnels, ancient wine cellars, and forgotten frescoes in a private wing. Inside, family tension plays quietly behind the scenes. The crown's traditional estates, palaces in Madrid, summer retreats in Majorca, expected this new couple to inhabit them. But Leonor and Christian pushed back. They asked for privacy. They resisted some royal staff demands. They wanted a home, not a stage. Some in the court murmured this was unorthodox, even defiant. Yet the king and queen supported the move. They saw in their daughter and son-in-law a chance to redefine royal living. They understood that in a modern monarchy, the home must feel lived in, not rigid. The transition was delicate. Some palace advisors had warned, "Don't isolate them. Don't cut them off from tradition." But Leonor quietly insisted, "We must be ourselves." The decision rippled. Staff were shifted. Some courtiers moved with them. Some remained in the capital. A new staff corps was assembled: caretakers, historians, conservationists, chosen for loyalty and discretion. Not all embraced the change. Some older royals viewed the secret palace as too modest for a future queen. Others saw it as a bold statement. When the cameras finally glimpsed the facade, the world gasped. The architecture is elegant, but not ostentatious. Stonework of warm beige, deep porticos, shuttered windows with wrought iron balconies, a roofline of soft red tiles. Ivy climbs a wall. A circular driveway leads to an arched entrance. Nothing screams royal fortress, yet everything whispers class. They released a few sanctioned photos, Leonor in a long coat standing by the main doors, Christian by an archway, warm light spilling behind them. No royal crest, no crowds. Just them and their new home. Social media exploded. Commentators debated, is this the future of royalty? Are crowns now paired with normalcy? The interior shots were limited but revealing. A library with floor-to-ceiling shelves, leather armchairs, tapestries. A dining hall with sash windows opening to gardens. Bedrooms with pastel walls and linen drapes. The chapel wing had candlelight and a small altar. No enormous throne room, no grand ballrooms in these first images. The palace is an intimate home, built for living. But what of the past? The estate's history is layered. In the 18th century, it belonged to a marquess who entertained poets and nobles. In the 19th century, it fell into decay. In the 20th century, parts were sold, wings lost. The restoration required archaeological study, heritage permission, and delicate negotiation with local authorities. Many original features were preserved: stone carvings, wooden beams, even a hidden fresco behind a wall that was rediscovered. Every revelation brought more questions. Will this be their permanent residence? Or do they plan to alternate between this home and the royal palaces in Madrid? Will this secret palace become a symbol of a new royal paradigm, less public, more personal? Will their future children grow up here or in state apartments? Already, plans are whispered, smaller receptions held here, private gatherings with citizens. Perhaps new public programs launched from this home. Leonor may invite artists, thinkers, citizens into garden events. She may use the chapel wing for personal reflection, charity launches, quiet diplomacy. The palace is a living canvas, not a museum piece. The symbolism is rich. A princess who paused on the aisle walk now anchors herself in a residence not defined by grandiosity but by authenticity. She signals that royalty does not require distance, it can be proximity. And her husband walks beside her in building this vision. In time, this secret palace may become legendary in the annals of European royalty. It may be studied, visited, talked about. But for now, it stands quietly in that Spanish valley, a new home, a new chapter, a revelation long hidden. As evening falls, lights glow behind shuttered windows, gardens whisper in the breeze, and the royal couple settle into the rooms they shaped. The walls will hold their laughter, their tears, their private moments. And though the world sees the grandeur, they will experience it as sanctuary. The cameras will return. Historians will document. Public imagination will soar. But the first reveal is done. The secret is out. The new royal home of Leonor and Christian is more than brick and mortar, it is a promise of what their reign may become: rooted, thoughtful, human. So watch closely, for the story is only beginning. The palace is theirs now. What they fill it with, love, family, purpose, will define the next era of royalty.